Hey guys, so I'm making my way up the Mount Wilson Toll Road, and any of you guys that have climbed this trail, that live around here, or come visit here, you realize how unforgiving this climb is. And the reason I want to bring that up kind of feed into my gear choices for gravel. Now in the past, this climb has only been done with my mountain bike because pretty much that's all I owned. So the first time I climbed it with a gravel bike was a few years ago when I first bought that 2x7 Evergreen. Today I'm riding my 1x, and it's a little bit harder because my chain ring is 38 and the biggest I can get back in the back is 46. And the reason I want to tie this in is because that's where a lot of you guys are thinking about those bigger cassettes in the back that go up to 50 or even more. And when you consider that, are you considering that because you want a low granny gear but you want to maintain your stock 42 or 40? And are you climbing stuff that's pretty much grind and then descend? And that's pretty much how my trails are. There's not a lot of in between, not a lot of flat sections, not a lot of long straights or long zero elevation sections. Everything is either a percentage grade of, well, this one is pretty much 10% and over the entire climb, or some of them fluctuate, but none of them are just barely 1 or 2% for any period of time. I just don't have that around here. And so then it becomes a choice. Do I want to do the easier thing and just change my chain ring to a smaller chain ring like I did? I have the 38 now. Or do I get a bigger cassette than a 46 what I have now? And I don't want a bigger cassette, and I think I'm just going to go an even smaller chain ring. Now I'm considering a 36, perhaps a 34. But the reason I'm thinking like this is, why do I need a bigger chain ring in the front in the first place if I'm not doing sections where I'm doing long flat sections? And I don't need, I've never really pedaled in a long section where I'm in my 11 tooth of my cassette in the back. I just seldom do that on mountain trails. If you live in mountains where you find yourself grabbing your biggest gear and pedaling, perhaps sticking to a bigger ring in front and going with a cassette that can let you gear down is for you. But if you're like me, where the most you do on the descent is brake control, then and you're not really thinking about pedaling, then what's the point of having the bigger ring up front and trying to expand by going with a monster cassette? I don't even like the looks of those cassettes. I never have when they first came out for mountain bikes, and I have a 32. I've never gone to a 30, but I would happily go to a 30 or a 28 on my mountain bike before I would get that huge pie plate of a cassette in back. And that's just how I feel. You may feel differently. You may not have thought about it. Who knows? So I'm almost to my resting spot up here, and I'll decide if I'm going to go all the way to Mount Wilson today. I'm thinking no, just because I got to a late start and I'm really feeling it right now. Plus, I've rode 0 times this week. Been working my ass off, working long hours, and I just got to get more consistent during the weekdays and doing my weekday riding. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for listening to me babble on.